And if you do experience it, you experience how common it is. It's actually omnipresent. It's always with you. It's always been with you. It's how you experience anything at all. And so it's also
how can anything
beyond
be always with you when you is dependently arising?
Only a false self of sense is like dependently arising.
I think he's talking about like something.
What do you mean by that? I don't think that's true. I think
that isn't dependently arising.
Whatever self that there is independently arising. What self is not dependently arising?
So, I mean, like, if we're talking about ultimate absolute theory here, about things that, like, would make sense even beyond
a
sense of going beyond the universe. I mean, what you're trying to do is, like, really go beyond the relative. And what we're talking about is our progress right now as human beings. For me and you know, like, or us three or us four. I don't think any of us has gone beyond omnipresent to the sense that we could sense, like, something beyond omnipresence, you know? So before we kind of negate the goal as not being worth it, we should actually like try to get to the goal first, you know? And so
I don't have any goals. I don't have any goals at all. I don't think that having goals is a good idea. I think that's dukkha. I think that's suffering. I think that's not what the Buddha taught.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, what I was getting at, though, is if we say everything is independently arising, we could say that to a certain extent. We could say that to the extent that the universe...
Not independently arising, dependently arising, meaning that it depends on another thing. That but
we only know what is dependently arising according to our experience of reality. We cannot see beyond the veil of the universe. We can't see beyond the Big Bang. We can't see other things that are out there.
So why are we...
before...
Okay.
I think
what we're saying is that there is a sense of relative omnipresence for us, you know, and if that omnipresence doesn't extend beyond the edges of the universe, I don't think we should negate it and saying that, like, logically, you know.
What universe? The universe that is in Robert's world right there. Is that poster behind him, the phone that he's looking at, that other poster right there, you know, the mic in front of him. That's the universe. So
can I try to Corey, can I try to explain your point as like I understand it to try and help Keyshawn understand it?
Sure.
So I think a way we could like try to understand this is like existence and non-existence. And this is like something my friend said to me earlier today. But it's like we can say that something exists, but that's not dependently arising on non-existence because there's no experience of non-existence because that would be like nothing, right? So if anything's independently arising, it's that something exists, and then all the dependently arising things are included within this, you know, super category, this meta category of just like existence itself. And then like, I think this is all based on philosophy, by the way. I have zero experience of this like spiritually. And then I think what Corey is saying is
that
like,
means it's not really
like
worth looking at.
it's like the ultimate experience. That's like
I think I
yeah,
lost.
yeah.
Can you start again from you said that anything that is not existing is dependent. Wait, what?
Yes, yeah.
What were you saying?
So we can say rationally, sanely, logically that something exists because it's directly obvious that there's something here, that there is a present moment, that it exists. But the existence of the present moment doesn't dependently arise on a non-present moment, because that's still within like the meta category of the present moment. So it's like we can't escape like this.
Work. This is way too
It's
much
philosophy. Work. Like I haven't like tied this
flex
into
some
actual,
big muscles,
like,
man. Flex the brain muscle.
I'm just trying to.
We are talking about. If we're talking about the three marks of existence,
is that what you're talking about, Corey? Like the ultimate super category of the present moment is always like present, and it's like eternal.
It
might not even be
part
what
of it.
About. Okay,
like
it's part of it.
It's not the end goal, ultimate everything, because there's other things that are ultimate and end goal. Mind is one of them, you know. Mind is also seemingly omnipresent.
How much philosophy is enough, Corey? How much philosophy is enough, Robert?
Yeah, I mean,
just exploration.
Just forget about it and relax and just take a deep breath and
philosophy should inspire people to practice, find out for themselves. Yeah, no, I mean, when I say these things, they began as philosophy. Someone else experienced it, and then they were able to share it. And then I was curious enough to try it. I had enough faith in myself to try it, and I actually was able to experience some modicum of these things they're talking about. So I don't think it is like not worth, you know, investigating or trying just because it seems so outlandish, you know. It should be if you have at least some degree of curiosity.
It's not that it seems outlandish. It just seems like not necessary, not the path. It just seems like not important at all, and that it's like not really going anywhere. It seems like it's going to more philosophy, which is typically what happens.
It doesn't have to go anywhere. It's omnipresent. Only the concept of us, only our ingrained desires of a need to do something, a need to be something, a need to go somewhere. That is what is not seeing the value of omnipresence.
I have a question for Corey. It might sound silly on the surface, but this is a serious question. If I took like 100% on faith right now that I was fully enlightened, would I be fully enlightened? And I like completely believe it, or would I just be delusional, or would I actually be like an arhat? Like if I completely believed it, like I truly like 100%, no doubt.
You're delusional in all scenarios because what's the definition of enlightenment that you're using? And actually, if you take if you're like 100% on faith,
the description
that's not really
in
that's pretty intense. That's pretty intense.
Yeah,
like, it's not very light. So
yes, it's not likely to happen. I'd have to be maybe like in some sort of like bipolar episode or something to really like be able to like believe something so strongly. But like Corey, do you think like if you truly believe that, would it be like my real reality?
But look, believing something very strongly.
That's a hard one.
Like taking faith to its ultimate conclusion.
Well, maybe we could say something along the lines of like, if you take faith to its ultimate conclusion, it might end in some kind of limited experience where you're able to kind of tap into it. But I don't think that faith alone is able
to spiral of death and Seattle street Dhamma. So I'm gonna leave the rest of you guys to carry it.
Hey, dude, I'm just gonna stop you right there. I've actually never been to any
Seattle streets.
No,
I'll
just
leave you guys
tying concepts about my religion to me, dude. What if I started talking about what Chicago's like and I tied it to you?
It's not yours.
Would that be cool?
That wouldn't make any sense.
I've never gone into pragmatic Dharma. I've never gone to like the local. I've never drank the local Kool-Aid. So, I mean, honestly, I'm only saying it because you've done it like 3 or 4 times, and so for you, it seems to be important to do that.
I'm just saying you guys enjoy discussing the Seattle.
You say you guys as if I. Yeah, no,
I mean,
dude, I didn't get this from some other person.
And I will go take a break.
Interesting.
Because we've been going for like 3 hours.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And at least, it's been a while. So, anyway, you guys.
It's been an amazing.
I'm not shutting down the party. I think the recording like went into a second piece because it's like say 6 minutes now instead of 3 hours.
Maybe yeah, could be.
Sure, man.
If you leave the call, will the recording stop?
What was that?
If you leave the call, will the recording stop?
I can just end it now. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Peace.
See you.
Have a great